Hi, I got a little bored and impatient, so I was like, I'll bite. And so I was planning on emulating Investigations 1, but then I was like, no, wait, I wasn't planning on emulating it. I was planning on playing it on an R4, but then I was like, my R4 kind of sucks dick, so I was like, well, might emulate it, might stream it. I don't even know if this is streaming to CyanogenMyFan69. If it is, then awesome. But I don't really care. Anyways, turnabout visitor. Let me check. Actually, I don't even think it is streaming on CyanogenMyFan69. Is it? Oh my god, it is! That's crazy. That's wild. That's scary, actually. Argent the fish, hi. There's someone watching? Okay. What? It didn't even change the name. Let me edit it. Okay. Well, I guess it's working. To make sure the defendant is found guilty. What other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but the guilty verdict is always all of that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Can I get an F? Damn. What's his name? Jacques? I played this game a long time ago. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Oh my god, we got an F. Sweet. March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor's off. Prosecutor. I can't speak. It's like midnight. It's hard to believe I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. Damn, bitch, you should get home security. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Oh, ooh. What the? Oh no, someone's dead. What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this? I don't like doing voices. Freeze. Ooh. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Ooh. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Alexis! You flatter me. Damn. This is only gonna go for like 30 minutes. I don't know. Maybe less. This is just a test. March 14th at 2:56 a.m. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? I don't know how loud that was. You're a real one. For real. Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He is a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Oh my god, look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say. The culprit sullied my floor with the dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting real burned up over this whole thing. The crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. I should like give him an accent, but I'm not good at accents. So I'll keep any leads of information in... What was that? British. They give Edgeworth a British accent. I don't know how to do British. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity. Why of all places did the murder occur in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it was just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. I'm not good at British! I'll get there. I'll get there one day. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? What is that? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. How do you use it? First, I recall information using the logic button and then connect them together. Now, to touch the logic button and recall the facts. Crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence? Oh, is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. It's like playing Match with Quizlet, like when you're studying for terms like bio and then there's the matching test. I love Edgeworth's superpower, in quotations, logic. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in there. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after?
You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir.
Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we?
Yes, sir.
I can't do this.
The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir.
I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply touch the examine button.
Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just touch the partner button, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir.
Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Oh, right, you can just okay, I'm gonna use a touch key.
Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for you for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought—
Oh, that's Gumshoe. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though, I don't expect the games to tax my mental pretty much. Oh, you're so mean, Edgeworth. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. Every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. That's his line for, the rest of the game. Ooh, there's blood on the hand.
Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area. Sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yup, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please, have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Wow, look at that brainpower, Miles. Go you.
Alright, if you say so.
I keep all the evidence I find in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have to touch the organizer button. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Is logic chess in this game or is it only in 2? It's in both, right? Yeah, it's in this game, right? It's been so long. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay.
What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before.
It's a police badge, detective.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink.
Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. Okay, Buddy Faith.
Your files are all over the floor, sir.
They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer.
Aw, I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't ever recall asking you to clean my room.
Well, I water the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled.
Does he have a life? Okay. Well, I don't know if I've explored every nook and cranny.
There's blood all over his lower abdominal area.
Did I read that? I already read that. award.
Oh, it's your trophy, the, Knight of Prosecutors, right?
King of prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield.
They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime.
Unfortunately for him, this monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me.
Oh, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir.
The killer is going to pay. This tea set!
Oh, yikes, you're really mad over this.
This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. Okay, Edgeworth, he's kind of bougie. I mean, that's a given.
Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks.
Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come attached with an attached card every month like clockwork for you? Yup. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy.
Aw, thank you, Miss Oldbag. Oh, Miss Irony. How painful are thy thorns.
Wendy? Isn't that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that stopped?
That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further.
How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never.
Ooh, a gun.
What have we here?
Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? Swiffer? Oh no, they're gonna get rid of the whole crime scene then. If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape here after disposing of... If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here.
I think I've seen one of these before.
Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know! I was issued the exact same model. I think. Detective.
I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous.
Oh my god, Edgeworth. I mean, did I say Edgeworth? I mean, oh my god, Gumshoe. Guess we know where he stands.
But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir.
Precinct.
I don't use mine much, except in emergency, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now, to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Ooh, logic. Okay. The victim was a detective and a revolver. That should go together.
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed?
Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body once more?
Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here?
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy is wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer, someone managed to take the victim's gun from him. Victim's revolver data jotted down in my organizer. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver.
As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the scroll wheels to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use the slide bar or the X and Y arrows to zoom in to get at the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's zoom in. think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger.
You know, I can't even see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones I use at the track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective.
Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
Gumshoe. You goon. Okay, let's see what else there is.
It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed a Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Okay, but didn't he shoot that painting down the wall?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to
Jim! Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you?
Are you alright?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body? The body? Don't just talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at him. It looks like he's turned in for the night.
Sure, it's just in a blood-stained suit, pal.
Where are my manners?
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes I am. I'm Jack Portsman I'm Jack Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office?
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim!
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then! You're Jim's killer!
No way, pal, you've got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay calm and collected. Oh, he doesn't say calm anymore. Whatever. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you.
You're the great genius prosecutor.
You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? You look like you smell.
Pleasure to work with you.
You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all.
Thank you. I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to poor little Jim. You there!
Sir!
I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Ooh, I got a message. Oh. Man.
I should probably give them some space.
I don't even know how long the first case is. It shouldn't be that long. Maybe I'll be able to finish it all. He did finally finish dusting. Good for him. Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh?
I should look around a bit more.
Ooh. There's a gunshot.
Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they had shot right through it? It would have been a disaster!
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
I know the contradiction. I've got a big brain. Ooh, you think Jack is the killer? Who knows?
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him.
Ooh, Mr. Wright. Hello. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my detective skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. The bullet hole where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction. Okay. So demanding. And when I have found the sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Take that! Eureka! I don't think it works.
Eureka!
Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled the frame.
Hey, that's right!
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too.
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Shit. I got a bit loud. Oops.
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Ah, that. It's a secret safe.
A secret safe? Ooh, I smell money.
Oh, spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you are imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move the frame out of the way.
Roger that. Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not around here to dust it once in a while. Oh man.
I had no idea there was a safe here. I have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I'd personally installed. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
My sneezes. Man, to be back in the dorm. Honestly, I don't really miss the dorm though. I don't really miss college at all. I like being at home, but it was fun. For the most part.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have known of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing.
We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it.
Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
Secret safe data jotted down in my organizer.
won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad, don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. Looks like it was well wiped down.
Ooh. As I thought. It appears that the logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have.
Do I have enough logic yet? Wait. Oh, right, the killer's goal. Probably the wiped fingerprints.
I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe.
I'm gonna be real, I remember none of this. Like, I just remember the whole big bad baddie of, like, the last trial. I think it was the last trial. But other than that, I don't remember what happened. I also know the murderers. But, like, their motives, what happened, none of that I remember. It's been, like, since, like, 2015, I think. Oh my god, almost 5 years. Ew, we're in 2020. That's gross.
Changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime.
I'm gonna wait for more logic pieces.
It's been a while since I sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh yeah, that thing's so polished it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me you had no other work in the entire time I was away, detective.
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murderer occurred in it.
Oh, that's harsh, sir.
I have to admit, the desk has never looked better. So I guess I can't dock his pay. Edgeworth, you are so mean. You are so mean. So mean. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to the police officer again. Oh, not the same thing. Mr. Portsman, a word if I may. Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something?
No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting the conversation.
Let me talk to the police officer.
How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. This picture's too important to mess up. I'll leave the man to his art. Okay, well then, I'm going to connect the logic. Maybe if I screw up, I screw up. I'm not very good at these kinds of games, even though they're like my favorite. Signs of a struggle. And another handgun. Damn it! I fucked up. Okay. Do I need more evidence? This is supposed to be like the rookie, like the baby trial, like the one you're supposed to get used to. Let me talk to Gumshoe. laptop's going again. I can't blame her. Sorry, I don't feel like reading this all right now. Let me present this gun to you. Oh, I love Gumshoe. Oh my god, you know what I should do? I should present my prosecutor's badge. The Phoenix way. Oh, poor Gumshoe. I'm gonna try other logic connections now. Maybe that'll do something. Okay, theft. Between the victim and the killer, so would that mean both of them are after? I don't remember. Huh! That works.
There is a possibility that the files sprayed on the floor are not the result of a result between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could have been from when the victim tried to find something, sir?
Precisely.
We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir, I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library. Sure, let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. Aw, man, Gregory.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help.
So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
Oh, goodness.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are so fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf.
And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Let me see what there is to deduce with. One shot was fired. Looks like there's a gunshot right introduce there in a bit. I don't want to screw up right now. Oh, after once the victim. For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file's spine indicates that the file was ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's plane has blood on it.
That would be the most logical conclusion. Let's see over here.
The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands after he was shot. But there. Technically backwards, right? Like, if you were to put your hands on a shelf, wouldn't the thumbs be kind of facing each other? Because it looks like the one on the left has its thumb facing towards the left. Maybe it's just artistic liberty. I don't know. Oops, sorry, that was really loud.
There are prints on the floor here too. Those must have been when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor.
Let's check the body. Aw, Gumshoe. Another handgun. Well, that's not really what I'm looking for. Let me check my stuff. Crime scene notes. Clear through the victim's abdomen. Well, if he was standing up, then it would have hit higher. I guess. I mean, well, let's deduce here. The music stopped. Yes.
There's clearly a contradiction with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low.
Yes, I'm so smart. I'm a big brain genius because I have a big brain. Ooh, got him.
If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot down while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against his shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mind detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that a current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem?
Ooh, should be the order of the files. Like if it was up there, then it would make sense. I'm gonna go with this.
I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number O?
0. Number O.
What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But The numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred.
Aha, so that's it.
I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in the numerical order and see what we find out. They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it couldn't be. Are they gonna mess with the body just like, whoop, pick it up like a rag doll? Like, damn. A little disrespectful for the dead, but hey guys, you do you.
If you please, Detective Gumshoe.
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then they proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown in disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was. At the time of the murder, time to give it another look. Yo, does it say Joe? Joe Mama.
This!
Oh, that's his... Oh, that was supposed to say Gumshoe, not Joe.
What is that? Why does the Gumshoe there on blood? On blood.
Let's say it's some pretty incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Investigation complete. Ooh, I gained my health back. That's what I get for being really stupid. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party.
If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Jim's words. They're more than enough, wouldn't you say?
If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it! Oh shit, I like this part. I like this part of the game.
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude.
And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig it out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do?
What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
Might as well. Alright. First, I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open the organizer and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply touch the present button. But that's old news.
But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness by touching the press button. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information, and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out sometime during investigations, too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Probably stop after this testimony. Mr. Portman's logic. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to look like you had committed the theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer.
I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest.
Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
Rebuttal. Wait, no, I'm not done. I'm not gonna read this part out. Possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle.
I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but...
Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no?
Why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Hold it!
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it up quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. Judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
What do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Despite the lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup. Oop. For the game-finishing spike. Okay. Bloody letters that his body was hiding. At the bottom of the corner. The guy was shot standing up because the bullet is on the upper level of the files, which would mean that he'd have dropped dead. How would he write it upside down too? Because this is not Danganronpa. That's not Leon. 11037, excuse me, that's not how it works. And plus, a file was stolen. None of that makes sense. Okay, I'm not too sure 100% on this. I'm gonna think it through. You know what? Let's go.
Objection!
The music stopped. Oh yeah. I'm so smart. I'm not really that smart. This is literally the first trial. First case, first episode. These aren't really trials. I mean, kind of, but not really. Because you're not in court. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem. I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. Nothing's impossible, man. What you talking about? The files on the shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they would have missed the bloody letters written on the spine.
Objection!
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. Then how would they write the name, you stupid idiot? I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof.
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half of an H. If Detective Gumshoe really is the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name being written in blood in the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
What kind of detective are you?
Look at him. Which means what exactly? What does this make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with a crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to print this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna get him, sir! You'll see! I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time!
Well, Mr. Portsman? Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me! But Mr. Edgeworth just provided that I'm innocent, pal.
Ooh, look at you putting on taking it off. Okay, you're a show-off. Please stop. I don't appreciate it. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say?
Okay, girl, what are you doing?
Well?
I was thinking. Did you know there's one other person with the key to this office?
One other person.
Hey, you there! Yes, sir, what is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady?
The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Oh my god! I remember.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop, pal. Don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden?
There she is! I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Bird is a security guard on watch tonight.
I see. And your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What?
I don't want to do a long, exaggerated what. I'm gonna sound stupid.
What?
I can't even do it with his gumshoe voice. Gumshoe voice, what am I even saying? I'm like talking to myself. Oh my god, it's past an hour. I said I'd do this for 30 minutes. You know what? I don't even know how much files there are. I'll go for another 20, I guess. If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never seek into someone's room!
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it really wasn't me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Oh shit, another testimony. Oh, an argument. That's what they're called. It's been so long. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
So you're saying she used the master key?
Master key data jotted down in my organizer. Incredible, incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time. Especially for an athlete like me. You definitely smell. Ugh, man.
I wonder if there wasn't anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key.
It's to press him. Let's press the man. Rebuttal. Reason for suspicion. I'll just press him instead. I don't feel like reading anymore. I spoke for like a good 1 hour, and I usually don't do that. Plus, I've never done this before. AKA reading for like an hour straight. And I haven't drank water all day. I'm like really thirsty, but like, I don't want to go downstairs and get water, because that would mean I have to leave my microphone on the bed, and like my bed probably is gonna make like ooga booga scary sounds, because I don't know what it's up to when I'm gone. I'm so talking to myself right now. I really hope no one comes and revisits this, because that would be embarrassing. Maybe I'll just unlist these streams and then put them in a playlist, which would mean just like sleuthing to find the playlist. Or if it's on the front of my account, then someone will find it. But like, I don't want it showing up in the middle of my account. I'm supposed to be crazy, wacky, funny meme edit account. I don't know. I really don't know. That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Yes, I'm... Wait, yeah, I'd like to hear some more details. It's crucial to this, whole thing. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Oh, poor Maggie. Honestly, I like the whole Gumshoe has a crush on Maggie thing, but Gumshoe's like, I don't know, like 8 years older than her. He's an old man, and Maggie's like fresh out of college. It's kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Gumshoe, I love you. I love the man, but please stay in your own age range. 'Cause that'd be way cooler. You know what I'm saying? Let me check her age right now. Profiles. Maggie Bird, age 23. Okay. Age 32! He's 9 years older than her. That's worse. Gumshoe. Gumshoe. I love you, but why? Next time I stream, I want it to like, you know what? I'm gonna pause real quick. Effed up. That would have been embarrassing. Okay. I lost it. Evidence I have real quick. Master key. Stolen file. Secret safe. Revolver. Please stop shifting your jacket. Please. Sir? Sir, what did I just say? Honestly, this was me, like, just trying to get out of chem lab with my lab coat. Ooh. Hated wearing that thing. Hated chem lab.
Hold it!
It was just a theory. A game theory. One hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning.
If that's the case, why didn't you mention her first?
Now, don't make that face. See, there goes the truth running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can catch up to it.
I don't think you're catching my drift.
But here we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand me when I say that since she is the only one who could have opened your office door.
Hold it!
Ooh, someone made a mold? Did someone make a key mold? Is that why it was stolen?
Hold it!
Oh my god. Poor Gumshoe. Don't you want to incriminate Detective Gumshoe, though? They have like a thing going on, even though it's a weird thing. There's something going on. Wait, wipe down save. No one's supposed to know about that.
Objection!
Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyways.
That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors.
I find it a little hard to believe that the hidden safe is part of her cunning plan. But... She could have found it by the accident while she was turning everything else upside down.
I highly doubt that.
I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for.
After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
I don't know what kind of sound that is he's making. Ew.
Yeah, even I didn't know that safe. I didn't even know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Oh, and who's the only other prosecutor in this room? Chinstrap. I don't even know if I said that right. Probably not. It's like a facial hair, right? Oh.
Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault.
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safe.
What did you say?
We were partners, like inseparable, conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him on the secret safe.
Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. The thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief.
And You were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Ooh, and now he's pinning the blame on Edgeworth. What a crazy little lad. You stink. Oh, you're pinning the blame on Maggie. Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. Killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What the? Are you still accusing Maggie of murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon him, but probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us. Unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. That don't make sense, love. Really don't.
Has he no honor?
Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Oh, this is a good place to stop it. Okay, well, yes, I would love to save. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna end the stream, pretend like none of this happened, and be like, peace, 'cause yeah, bye. Yeah. Goodbye, gamers. This is so embarrassing. Okay, I'll probably do this again tomorrow, maybe, or like Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna play the first case, aka this one, and then go back to my Ace Attorney games. After I beat Trials and Tribulations, I'll go back to playing this one and streaming it, I guess. I don't really... I don't know. But for now, yeah, bye.